episode of Curtain Call Conversations. I'm here today with Alison Jiear, who will be opening very soon in Sister Act as Sister Mary Patrick on the 15th of March at the Dominion Theatre. How are you?
I am exhausted, but very, very happy in the nunnery.
Yes, absolutely. So you're well into rehearsal process at the moment. How's that all going?
It's great. Yeah, we're in our second week. I won't deny I had a little bit of choreographical overwhelm last week, but the team is so amazing and the cast are great. I'm all good to go. Well, I will be in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you mentioned the cast there. I mean, it is an outstanding cast, of course, headed up by Beverly Knight, the Queen. I mean, she's just, I love her, and can't wait to see her in the role. I mean, what's it like? Have you performed with any of the cast before previously?
I have performed with one of our boys, Graham Macduff, and I did Grease at the Dominion Theatre 30 years ago.
Oh,
And
wow.
we haven't worked together since. So that's incredible, showing our age. That's incredible to be back with Gray. I've worked with Clive Rowe before, but never in a musical. So we know each other. But no,
Yeah.
new faces and new friendships, and it's all lovely.
That's great. I mean, the show itself is fantastic. I saw it out on its tour, and I just absolutely love it. It's so funny. I mean, the tunes in it are amazing. Obviously, Alan Menken is a genius, so you know all of the tunes are fantastic. So, Sister Mary Patrick, for people that don't know, tell me, what is she like?
Well, you may remember her from the film. She was the very she used to pop out on a high note here and there.
Yeah,
Sister Mary Patrick's got a lot of energy that
yeah,
she finds hard to contain on occasion.
yeah,
Yeah, she kind of leads Sister Mary Robert up the garden path a few times. She's always getting her into trouble,
yeah.
but she loves everyone and she's super positive and she's just got enough energy for the whole nunnery, really.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like
She's got a very infectious personality, I would say.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
and
beautiful
mischievous.
character.
Yeah, mischievous.
Yeah. So I don't know why they thought of me for the part.
I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. I mean, your career has been so sort of varied. I mean, you've done lots and lots of stuff. And you're originally from Australia?
Yeah, originally from Australia. I came over 36 years ago this
Oh,
year.
wow.
And I've spent a fair bit of time in the West End. I've not actually done a West End show,
Oh,
gosh, for over 15 years.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay. How are
yeah.
you feeling about that?
It's great. It's lovely to be back in town, especially at the Dominion, because it holds so many personal memories for me.
Yeah.
Um, but I love doing a show because just being a part of that family, it really is special.
Yeah.
And that's something that I miss about having stepped away from theatre for some years. It's lovely to be back in the fold again. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, I actually saw you out with the Strictly Come Dancing live tour a few years
Yes.
ago. Like you were one of the vocalists there. I mean, what was that experience like for you?
That was great. That was wonderful. I mean, it was really good because a lot of the times I have the singers performing with the band, and Craig Revel Hallwood, who's a very, very old friend of mine, really wanted to bring the singers out and feature them
Mm,
more. And it was that year that I was invited to come and join the group.
yeah,
Yeah, it was great. I did it for 3 years.
yeah,
Wonderful to be with
yeah.
all the dancers, and they were all arenas. So
Yeah,
yeah,
massive venues. You know, I saw you in, I'm from Birmingham, so I saw you
Ah,
in Birmingham, and at the time thought that lady's got an excellent voice. I did think that. So going, I mean, musical theatre has obviously played quite a big part in your life. So what is it about the genre that you enjoy?
I really am a jazz girl at
Okay.
heart. When I did Hot Mikado in 1995, I became very dear friends with the writer of the show, and he introduced me to Ella Fitzgerald and Count Basie and music of that era. And I haven't looked back really. So I've spent many years. I put my own Ella Fitzgerald show together, a Frank and Ella show with my friend Lance, who does all the Frank Sinatra repertoire. I love performing with a big band whenever I get the opportunity to. Jazz is definitely my thing.
Right.
I love anything in front of an orchestra, and I'm a very, very happy girl.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a couple of artists there. I mean, do you have an ultimate sort of when you were growing up in the jazz era? Was there anybody that was it always Ella Fitzgerald, or was there anybody else that you looked
Well,
at?
I mean, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So, I mean, I would have loved to have grown up in the 40s and 50s,
Yeah.
but I really have such an eclectic um, musical taste because my parents listened to classical music, the Seekers, John Denver. It was really varied at home. But then obviously when I started working, I trained classically, but
Mm,
then when I moved to Sydney from Brisbane, I was doing soul and R&B and pop
okay.
stuff, working as a session singer. So as a session singer, you have to embrace all kinds of genre really,
Yeah.
um, in order to be flexible enough to work in that particular arena. But I love all sorts of music as long as it's good music. I always connect with a good lyric. So I think the only genre of music I don't like is rap.
Okay.
Apart from that, I love it all.
Yeah, there's no sort of melody to rap, is there, that you can sing along to? So I agree with you there. So when did you take the sort of leap, if that's the right word, into sort of the acting side then, as to
Well, I did shows in Australia. I did the Pirates of Penzance with the Victorian State Opera, and I did the original Australian production of Nine by Maury Yeston, which was just incredible.
yeah.
But then I was asked to join this girl group called the Fabulous Singlets, and we came to London with that group. So that kind of got me, even more involved in theatre.
Mm.
We did West End with our show 3 times, and then when the group disbanded, I auditioned for Les Miserables. I got the job. That was back in 1992, and yeah, it just kind of went from there. You
So
know,
is that when you sort of stayed in the UK and moved over here? Yeah.
I came to the UK in 1987.
Okay.
Um, and then I was working with that group for 4 or 5 years, and then ended up coming into theatre when the group disbanded.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Les Miserables is just one of those incredible shows, and I think
yeah,
it's still still going strong today. So it's obviously doing
it's a
some.
great show, and again, it was a great family of people and friendships that have, you know,
Yeah.
are still present, today. So, yeah, wonderful.
Lovely. So going back to Sister Act then, do you have a favourite song from the show? Maybe, one that you're not involved with or one that you are. Do you have anything that stands out?
Yeah, yeah, very much so. And one of Beverly's songs, "These Are My Sisters" or "Sister Act,"
Yeah.
um, and it really is the song that ties the bow around the whole sentiment of the show. I mean, getting to stand in such close proximity to Bev,
Mm,
um,
that must
while
be
she's
amazing.
doing her thing is just quite wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love the sentiment of the song, you know.
Mm.
I mean, I love everything I get to do, but being on the receiving end of her talent is something I'm very grateful for.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm a big fan. I mean, I am coming to see the show on the 16th actually, because I just can't wait. I've never seen that. I'm a fan of Beverly, so I want to see her in the lead role and the show as a whole.
Incredible.
I just think it's so entertaining, and it's
Yeah,
funny as well. There's a lot of comedy in there as well, which obviously your character is involved in.
eventually.
Yeah, I mean, we've also got Ruth Jones in the cast,
Oh my
which
gosh, she's so wonderful.
yeah.
We've only just had Ruth in rehearsals this week because
Oh,
Ruth's
okay,
been doing a couple of weeks on the tour. So it's
yeah,
great to have her at the nunnery. She
yeah.
arrived this week. So yeah, it's wonderful to start building the scenes with her and seeing what she does. She's so extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see her interpretation of that role because it is, it's a good one. I mean, she comes across as sort of awful and just horrible, but she's not really underneath. She's,
No, not at
wonderful.
all.
Yeah, but she comes across that way. So the show kicks off 15th of March. I mean, how do you feel about opening night? Do you get nerves still? I mean, is that something that it stays with you over time?
Again, I think, as performers, we all get a healthy dose of imposter syndrome. You just think, I'm never going to know it all by the
Yeah,
15th. Of course
yeah,
you will.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
the team are not going to allow us to walk out there not knowing what we're doing. And,
Exactly.
it is a short, intense rehearsal period. And we're all having our days where we're
Yeah.
getting overwhelmed, but we're all supporting each other through it. And I'm sure by the 15th, it's going to be, well, it will be absolutely
Yeah.
incredible. I'm looking forward to it very much.
It will be fabulous baby, as they say in the
Yeah,
show. Yeah, I'm
indeed.
sure it will. And thank you so much for having a thank you so much for having a chat with me this afternoon. I really
Oh,
appreciate you
my
taking
pleasure.
the time out. And good luck
My
with it.
pleasure.
I'll see you all on the 16th.
Amazing.
All
Thanks so
right,
much.
take care. No problem. Bye bye.